My biggest fear was them seeing me sick.
I was just in survival mode.
A very, very scary moment.
The bills come quickly.
Absolutely full of hope.
So it was 2 weeks before my 33rd birthday, and I was cooking dinner, and my midwife called, and it was right before 5 o'clock. She said that the biopsy came back and it was malignant, and I kind of paused for a second, even though the pit of my stomach knew what that meant, but I still said, "That means it's not cancer." She said, "Unfortunately, it means that you have breast cancer."
It took me down financially, it took me down emotionally, it took me down in so many ways because a diagnosis of cancer is so challenging and so isolating. If it took me down and I had all this access and all of these financial means to take care of my care and to be supported by doctors who I actually knew personally, what must it mean to the person who maybe doesn't have good medical insurance or any good backup financial support or maybe any good insurance coverage? Because cancer is scary, whether you have a gazillion dollars or you have $0. The bills just come in $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 at a time, that all of a sudden, even somebody who has means, $10,000 followed by another $10,000 is just really overwhelming.
Not worrying about the bills gave me the freedom to just focus on my healing. I mean, at one moment I had a $48,000 radiation bill because my radiologist was out of network. I gratefully worked here at Booker Winery, and the founder here, Eric Jensen, pulled me aside one day and said, "Hey Erin, have you heard about SabesWings? They would really want to help you." And I remember picking up the phone and speaking with Candace, and she said, "Erin, we want to help you. We've already paid like these 3 bills." And I just started crying right outside the office. Like it happened so quickly, and I just felt seen and that I wasn't alone in this.
When SabesWings helped me, I was very, very happy that they were able to help me because I had applied for my disability and nothing was going through. So it took about 45 days for me to even get anything. So they saved me, like helping me pay those couple of bills. It's a big relief.
When I got the call from Candace that our application would be granted, I just, burst into tears because it's almost embarrassing to ask for help. So many times my friends would say, "Let's start a GoFundMe," and it's so personal. I barely even want people to know that I have cancer, but obviously physically it's completely obvious now. I tried not to tell anyone for a while. But when you ask somebody to cover your bills, it's it feels like you failed.
A financial toxicity is such an important piece of obviously cancer care, but honestly all of healthcare in America. It is super devastating to all walks of life, and it's a game changer to have the support of even knowing that SabesWings exists. But knowing that it's there gives me so much freedom and peace to be able to move forward with the treatment that is needed for my personal health and for the people that I know.
What's really remarkable and outstanding to me about SabesWings is the fact that they are giving back to families and making it possible for families to get the support and the help that they need. There are so many organizations, I think, that support research, which is so, so important. But I just think about how a few $100s can support a family versus that in a research bucket is probably like a drop in a bucket. So I think that the support just goes further when it's going back to individual people, and it's actually impacting individual families and real people in real time.
You know, sometimes you just think that's never gonna be me. But I am that one patient at a time. And the reality is, it's now me. And I'm so thankful that I had a whole army of supporters around our family to help us through. And that for that month, we were your focus.
So it was knowing that I had a community again, that you had already shown up for me the year prior. And I knew that you would show up for me again. And that I could focus on my treatment plan, focus on my family, and not have to be consumed by the financial burden or feeling bad when it came to like my family or things that my family could do, feeling like, oh, that I was the financial burden that then my kids couldn't do the things that they wanted to do, or just having that peace of mind knowing that we had help was massive.